Shipuka on my Nakua until I remember that Cooper Cup's coming back. So what's the Rams offense gonna look like now? Woo! Hello everybody and welcome to the Week 5 of the 2023 NFL season and my prediction picks. I'm your host Catherine on the Blank Canadian Cat YouTube channel. I say meow and I roll intros like we do. And congratulations to the Orioles now, which I probably could have done this last week or a week or two ago, I don't know. But for being the 1 seed now and for their playoff prediction, I can't say I'm big on as big as baseball as I am on like basketball or football, but I paid attention. I know we had the worst record like 3 years ago. I knew that shit. And I definitely made a post, probably not as excited as I should have been, but I made a post about an Oregon player, because I'm from Oregon, so an Oregon State player. I didn't live on campus, but I lived near campus. But getting drafted to these guys, and I don't have an official date of when I became a fan of this team, but like, it was way before then. So, like, in athlete freshman, so it's already been in like the back of my mind, and I think I have a tweet somewhere about wanting to buy its jersey along with Sabrina, which I did buy Sabrina's finally. Well, I guess I gotta do that too. Congrats to the New York Liberty for being in the WNBA finals. So now it's balanced Orioles playoff baseball. Liberty in the finals. I see if Sabrina can win a championship. Football. Coping with the fact that Damian Lillard is now no longer a Portland Trailblazer. A lot of sports going on right now, so we gotta see how I'm gonna spend my time with everything. Marlon, what am I gonna do? You're just gonna chew on a package I got. Fair enough. But no week of these videos is complete without a recap. So let's move here this time. I think I already moved here anyway, but move here this time to record. I mean, spreads and totals, they're hit or miss with some of these, but for the straight up, not bad. And I don't know if you saw the tweet, but if you haven't been following Twitter, myself, Subleaf, and Raisu, if you don't know Raisu Battle, I've brought him up several times here. But the three of us are doing like our pick things, so I post them every week. I probably should post them more on the Thursdays or Fridays, but I end up posting them like Sunday morning. But we do picks every week. So it was interesting to know. I went 11-5. Isaac went 12-4, and Subleaf went 13-3. So we all had a fantastic week straight up. But I don't know how they would have done spreads and totals, but maybe I could convince them one day to do that. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see where that road takes us. But as for me going into the season, right now we're sitting at 42-22 straight up, and still positive in both the spreads and the total. So for 4 weeks, for 64 games, we're looking good, chat. We're looking good. And let's keep this pace up now with some bye weeks coming in to mix everything up, shall we? And again, I'm obviously recording this on Friday morning, so I'm not going to make a comment about the Bears and the Commanders. I did put on a tweet that I did take the Commanders to win, but I had Chicago covering whatever the points it was. And I did hear the news about Dick Butkus dying like right before the game, or passing away right before the game, and someone was talking about betting on the Bears, and I thought about it. I did think about betting on the Bears, but I ultimately didn't, and now I wish I would have. But it is what it is. So that's already a straight up incorrect, but a spread correct. And I think the total is wrong because they threw up to 60, and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't gonna go that. But hey, the spread wins the spread win. I'll take it, but I can't. But with the remainder of these 13 games, I'll just go with it. Bills are hot. They're gonna keep going. Jacksonville, I'm still trying to work on buying this team. I'm still trying to work on it. So I'll take Buffalo, and 5.5 yards are crazy, but again, Buffalo has been insane right now, both offensively and defensively. And if they can keep a damn near 30-point separation with Miami, I think they can do at least a touchdown against the Jags. And now we have Houston. I'm becoming more and more sold on Houston. Atlanta, not so much. Like I was riding into Atlanta throughout this season, but the more the weeks have gone by, the less I've been on them. So I'm losing faith. And I want to put that faith in New Orleans, but New Orleans has not done that for me either. But either way, I like Houston here. I think Houston's a good play here. Detroit over Carolina, This feels like a trap game, but then again, Carolina has kind of sucked all year, and I'm not going to take too much count to Minnesota because Minnesota sucks. So it's like, and I'm not going to be too picky on the -10 thing right now because, who was it? San Fran covered theirs against the Cardinals. But funny enough, the Chiefs wouldn't cover their 9.5 against New York. So I'm not going to hold the -10 rule out right now. But we do have this one, and Miami -11.5, which for all intents and purposes, Miami should absolutely do this, and like it should not even be a close game. I mean, I know Seattle struggles a lot, but if Seattle can do 24-3, Miami can put up 30 or 40. They can. Ravens Steelers, I feel dumb taking any spread higher than 3 because these teams, it doesn't matter who's playing. It doesn't matter. These teams are always gonna fight and always make it competitive. It feels dumb, but I'm gonna roll with it. Kenny Pickett's not looking great. I think Pat Fryermuth's been ruled out. It's not looking good. Saints over Patriots, you could really go either way with this, but again, my bar going into this season was low on the Patriots, so I'll take my chances with New Orleans. Bengals over Cardinals, if the Bengals can't do it this time, then there's just no hope. Like, and Arizona does seem like one of those picks that you might want to take on, but I can't do it. Like I can't. Because I gotta believe Cincy's a good team. I got to believe. And it's gotta show up at some point. I don't know if it's benching Burrow to get him healthy, but it's gotta come out at some point. Eagles over Rams, probably. We'll see what the Rams are capable of with Cooper Kupp back in the lineup, but I don't know. Philly still hasn't quite impressed me yet, so we'll see what we think. Chiefs over Vikings. I feel like 3.5 is very easy and cheap for us. But that also means Casey might play down to competition here. Or there's an injury report I'm missing. I'm not decided on that yet. Jets over Broncos. I don't really care about this game, and I don't really care about either of these teams. But I'm going to take the Jets because they're the underdog. Niners over Cowboys. 3.5. I get it. But I do think San Fran's the best team in the NFL right now. And Dallas, I'm not going to say overrated. They're still probably the third best team in the NFC, but like. And also San Fran owns them. Definitely, as of late, San Fran owns them. And then Packers over Raiders. I'm not sold on the Raiders. Jordan Love I can buy could be a somewhat consistent QB. And I think there is a good chance that Green Bay might be good enough for like a 7 seed. Again, those are the picks. We're gonna go to the cat parlay of the week. I got 6 on here this time. Feel free to only do 5 or 4 or whatever you're feeling with. These 6 I kind of like. I do kind of like these, so I'm rolling with them. Texas money line, that might be the most questionable one here, because I don't know how you feel about Atlanta. Now that Houston is actually getting attention, it might be a trap game, but I'm gonna roll with it. I like the confidence on it. Niners money line, again, Niners have owned Dallas for years. Sure to do this again here. Packers money line, I have no faith in the Raiders. I'll take my chances with the Packers, and they also have 11 days rest because they played on the Thursday game. I'll take my chances. Saints -1, so Saints are gonna win, but the -1 gets more value. Chiefs -3.5. I wouldn't be surprised if they won by 20. And I'm also kind of liking the Bengals-Cardinals over. I feel like Cincy's offense is going to wake up at some point. And Arizona's offense can seem to score somehow. Somewhat. Even 16 against San Francisco. That's not bad. And they could have definitely had more. They definitely could have had more. That's not bad. I like the over in that. I think it does get points, whether or not you're on the Cincy or Arizona side. But yeah, feel free to take like 5 or 4 of those, but I'm going all 6 on my parlay this week. And then we go over to fantasy, and I gotta do an update real quick, because week 3, there was a stats correction that I did not see. It kind of snuck up on me last second, but because me and Rachel's game in the Auntie and Co League was so close, that stat correction ended up actually hurting me. So that game that should have been a win ended up turning into a loss. So now, and with this week's results, I'm looking at 2-2 in LOA, 1-3 in the Discord finals, 1-3 now. What the? I don't know what that is. 1-3 in the Auntie and Co League, and now 0-4 in Dynasty. The team I adopted, we're building. It's taking time. I might have to make some aggressive trades here or there, but just like there's nothing. Waiver wire. When you do dynasty leagues, waiver wires are non-existent, and like these are like 25 roster spots because we would do IDPs, so you got to start 7 defensive players. But like doing dynasty or just 12-man leagues in general, there is no one on waivers. There just isn't. So it's you just gotta keep rolling with what you got, or get bold enough to make a trade. I'm thinking about a trade here, and also you get the benefit of trading picks now, which is crazy because I don't want to do that in the LOA. If I had to do that, I would hate myself. But you got that going for you. With matchups now this week against Steven in the LOA, Anthony in the Professional Dynasty League, who is the only 4-0 team, so it's 4-0 versus 0-4. And I'm expecting the worst. And funny enough, we're playing Chris in both Discord's Finest and the Anti & Co. So what are the odds of that? I share 3 leagues with Chris. Shit, might as well throw him in the LOA one of these years. Have him be in all 4 of my leagues. I think that would be fun. There's that. And anyway, that's all from me. Shout out to Marlon for being the schizo that he is. I guess he's schizo, right? You know the drill. Follow me on my social medias. Twitter, Canadian Cat CP, and I'm still going to keep calling it Twitter. I don't care. Instagram, Blind Canadian Cat. Twitch, I'll try. Discord, link down all there below. Join the NFL YouTube Prognosticators Football Facebook page. Facebook football page. It does both. Feel free to follow a couple of our friends on Twitter as well. Make sure you give Justin a shout out for me. He didn't do a video this week because life sucks, which I know the feeling. I had to do things too. I was mentally exhausted after I came back from my trip, which beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. Oh, I love it so. But with that is all from me. Thank you all for tuning in to the Week 5 predictions. Enjoy your bye weeks if you have one. Good luck in fantasy, because clearly it's not working out for me this year. Choose peace, accept love, and have big trust. Good night, Internet.